Now at the Home Depot, select Pergo laminate flooring is at a new lower price of just $177 a square foot, a price that's right down there at ground level, making it the best time to buy this stylish, durable, and easy-to-install flooring. And with a larger selection of Pergo than anyone else, we're lowering the cost of putting your foot down on quality. Thanks to select Pergo laminate flooring, just $177 a square foot. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. U.S. only. See store for details.
Blog Talk Radio.
Something's gone wrong. For all our vigilance and battle scars over the Bill of Rights, have we let the flame of freedom's torch grow cold? Because there can be no torch to pass where there's no flame.
Freedom has only one enemy it cannot defeat, and that is negligence. So your presence here, now, today, is an act of reverence. Of all man's works beneath the heavens, none shines brighter than our Constitution. I think Jefferson and Paine, Adams, Madison, Mason, Franklin, I think they're looking down right now at us. I think they understand what we're trying to do, what we strive to do. Every time our country stands in the path of danger, an instinct seems to summon her finest first, those who truly understand her. When freedom shivers in the cold shadow of true peril, it's always the patriots who first hear the call. When loss of liberty is looming, as it is now, the siren sounds first in the hearts of freedom's vanguard.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Freedomlink Radio. I'm Joe Joseph, your host, joined tonight by my co-host and cohort in crime, John King. Uncle John, you there, buddy?
Yes, I'm here, Comrade Joseph.
Very good, very good. Well, we got an action-packed show tonight, folks. There's a lot of stuff that I want to cover because the last 4 days have been really action-packed, I guess you could say. And just to give you an idea of what the next 2 hours is going to be like, I'm going to be addressing the 5/21/2011 movement. And I'm going to do it from a biblical standpoint. Now, I haven't really touched that in a long time on this show, but I want to slam it home so that I give some sort of perspective as to why these guys do a discredit not only to believers of Christ, of God as Christians believe, but to the movement or to people who are in a relentless pursuit of the truth as a whole. And I'm going to use biblical precedent and biblical verses to try and slam it home for people. Then the next thing I'm going to do is address the Faketriot movement, not the Patriot movement, the Faketriot movement. Because I've been getting I've been keeping my cool about a lot of things, but I've made some observations, and I want to make those known tonight. We'll be talking about the Kentucky decision, the Fourth Amendment decision by the U.S. Supreme Court. Also, the Indiana Supreme Court, they're under fire. We'll talk about the Bill of Rights. Do they apply to the states? We'll talk about that and then go over news and other topics. John, anything you wanted to address before we get started?
No, let's get into it.
All right, very good. Well, let's start with the 5/21/2011. You know, will we be here on May 22nd, 2011? Now, Harold Camping, president of Family Radio, has predicted that the rapture will occur on May 21st, 2011. Pardon me. Now, I believe his ministry is full of people that love Christianity, love Jesus, but they're, what can I say, they're reaching. It's almost like a bad conspiracy theory, and I hate to say that because, I mean, it's very easy to get caught up in this kind of stuff. But anyway, Harold Camping's a Christian broadcaster and president of Family Radio, and he used mathematical predictions to predict that the end of the world will happen May 21st at exactly 6 p.m. Holy moly, John. He got it down to 6 p.m. And he's convinced that the rapture of God's people will take place, then 5 months later, God will destroy the earth and the universe.
Well, yeah. You didn't know that, Joe?
Well, you know, man, I'm of one. See, I'm not a biblical scholar by any means, don't get me wrong. But there are certain verses in there that you can take to heart and understand that if you're a Christian and you know your Bible, then you know that can't be true. And
well, they say a good Christian should always have their bags packed. And, you know, my bags are packed and I'm ready to go. And I just threw my last items in my bag, which are 7 pairs of brand new underwear. Do you know why I've packed 7 pairs of brand new underwear in my bag for the Saturday's Rapture, Joe?
John King, why did you pack 7 pair of underwear for Saturday's Rapture?
Because if I go out in my driveway for 6 p.m. and I see Jesus riding across the sky in his horse, I'm going to need all 7 pairs.
Well, let's go over some of the Bible verses. And you know, anybody that's not a Christian, don't worry about it. I'm not on a pulpit. I'm not trying to do that. I'm using a resource to show people that there is biblical precedent that pretty much contradicts everything that Mr. Camping is saying. And it's very, very, very let's just say in your face that no, that's not the way it works. So let's get into it. Matthew 24 verse 36 says, "Of that day and hour no one knows, no, not even the angels of heaven, but my Father only." So the Bible tells us every effort we make to nail down the time for Christ's return will fail. So Camping, right off the bat, is contradicting Christ's own words, because that was his words. Then you have like Luke 21 verse 8. "Take heed that you not be deceived, for many will come in my name, saying, I am he, and the time is drawn near. Therefore do not go after them." You know, the Bible warns us that there are false prophets who attempt to predict the timing of Jesus' coming. And Camping demonstrates that he's a false prophet by trying to set a date for Jesus' return. Matthew 24, 32 and 33, you know, says, "Now learn this parable from the fig tree. When its branch has already become tender and put forth leaves, you know that the summer is near. So you also, when you see all these things, know that it is near at the doors." You know why the Bible shows us we can't know the precise time of Christ's second coming? It helps us know from signs that it's near. Okay, so yes, I mean look at the signs. Look all around us. I mean, this is crazy. Of course, we are living in the end days. No matter what faith you believe in, or whatever God you believe in, or whatever, they all profess this time to be the end times. So, well, go ahead, John.
I want to say something to the people that I said to you in a text earlier, Joe, and that is, God rested on the 7th day. Mm-hmm. The 7th day is a Saturday. The only reason we call the 7th day Sunday is because it was changed by the Catholic Church to win over the hearts and minds of heathens of the day. God rested on the 7th day, and he commanded us to rest on the 7th day. It doesn't matter if you're a Christian, Jew, or Muslim. He commanded you to rest on the 7th day. The 7th day is Saturday. The rapture is to take place at 6 p.m. sharp Saturday evening. The sun does not set until later on. So therefore, God would be breaking his own commandment, and that is something that God, I don't feel, is going to do, since his commandments are holy. So it might have to wait until the next day, but it definitely is not. It may be Sunday, but it's definitely not going to take place Saturday evening.
No, absolutely not. Matthew 24, verse 44. Therefore, you also be ready, for the Son of Man is coming at an hour you do not expect. A repeated emphasis in the Scriptures is to watch and be ready always, because we don't know exactly when Christ will return. Okay. So, here we go. I just gave you some. I can give you more. There are plenty more, And Camping also predicts that the saints will be raptured, while the wicked are left on this earth for 5 months and then destroyed. The Bible tells us that at the second coming of Christ, the wicked will be destroyed, not left behind. You want to see Revelation 6:16 and 17, or 2 Thessalonians 2:8. And Revelation 19, verse 20 and 21. The Bible teaches that the wicked and righteous, the tares and the wheat, grow together until the harvest. Then God's people are saved and the unrighteous are lost. In the parable of the unfaithful servant, there is no second chance. So also the parable of the sheep and the goats teaches that when Christ comes, people are either saved or lost. And we could get, like I said, I could go into this in great detail, but the fact of the matter is that these guys here are out spreading a false message. So let me ask this, John. Why is it that 60 people in a caravan of campers and buses, why would they garner so much attention from the mainstream media?
Because all the people out there that don't know what the hell they're doing or thinking or talking about are going to follow these guys, and when they wake up Sunday morning from the hangover and the unexpected pregnancies from the previous night's partying, they're going to have to deal with life, and that's going to discredit. That's going to discredit, in some part, Christianity, for which the mainstream media and the New World Order just loves to do.
Right. Now, when we talk about discredit, of course it's going to, but what does it also do? It's also going to vilify. It's going to vilify and the religious right. And I'm not in any means a person that believes in the left-right paradigm, but what I will say is that you have to understand that the Muslim faith has already been vilified. So everybody has this idea that if you're a Muslim, you're a terrorist. Now you're going to start to see Christianity be vilified. Whether you're a heretic, you're a witch, you're a terrorist, it doesn't matter. We're dealing with the dark ages of the 21st century. And now there are different words for persecution. My wife is whispering in my ear. So if you hear me start to lose my thought, it's a little bit confusing. However, she's right. This is the dark ages. This is a witch hunt. And it's only getting started. It's only getting started. John, turn your mic gain down a little bit. I got a lot of noise coming behind you. It's only getting started. And do you think that it's any coincidence that this little movement and the portrayal of it in the mainstream media coincides with the ability of the police to kick in your door now without a warrant? Are you kidding me? The roll-in of the police state? Mind you, folks, the Constitution's been dead for quite a long time. But it's only dead because we've let it die. It's only dead because we've let it die. And really, at this point, it's time for us to make a stand. And when I say make a stand, let's make sacrifices. For example, myself, I put my neck on the line doing this show twice a week and saying the things I say and do the things I do. And it's very, very interesting that I see so many people out there that will listen to, say, this show or any other show that tries to fight for the truth. And when you boil it all down, I'm looking for, I don't know how to describe this, John. people sit with their hands. They sit on their hands. And they say things, but the doing is a lot